Forging Legacy. Today, we're diving into the enigmatic world of Tamahagan steel, famed for its role in iconic Japanese swords. To start, what makes Tamahagan so revered in both historical and modern contexts?
Tamahagan is unique because it embodies centuries of craftsmanship, refined through the Tatara method. Unlike mass-produced steel, it's made in small batches using iron, sand and charcoal, resulting in purity and a distinct microstructure that can't be replicated by modern means.
It's fascinating how a traditional process can outperform modern technology in some ways. Can you elaborate on the mystique surrounding its origins?
Absolutely. The Tatara furnace, central to Tamahagan creation, has roots in the Izumo region. The ritualistic process, shrouded in secrecy, elevated steelmaking to a near-sacred act, laying the groundwork for its legendary reputation across centuries.
Transitioning from the steel itself, let's focus on the Tatara furnace. How did its technology evolve during the Edo period to refine Tamahagan production?
The Tatara reached peak sophistication in the Edo era, employing bellows and wind-powered airflow for precise temperature control. Unlike blast furnaces elsewhere, Tatara's low, box-like shape facilitated unique reactions between iron, sand and carbon, producing heterogeneous steel ideal for swordsmithing.
That box-like structure is intriguing. If we compare it to Western smelting, what advantages did Tatara offer?
Whereas Western methods prioritized high output, Tatara prioritized quality and control. By maintaining lower temperatures and slow smelting cycles, it minimized impurities and allowed for deliberate layering, which is crucial for the characteristic patterns seen in Japanese blades.
Building on that, the steel's internal patterns, itame and masamir, often cited as hallmarks of Tamahagan. Could you break down what these terms mean on a microscopic level?
Certainly. Itam refers to a wood grain-like pattern, while masame is more linear, resembling straight fibers. These structures arise from folding and forging, aligning carbide particles in unique ways. They not only create visual beauty, but also influence the blade's flexibility and strength.
So these aren't just decorative?
Correct. They're functional signatures. Research using electron microscopy reveals that these layered patterns actually help dissipate stress, making swords less likely to break on impact, a real-world benefit rooted in ancient technique.
Let's shift to modern investigation. How have today's scientists like Prof. Hideaki Sugimura contributed to our understanding of Tamahagan's properties?
Professor Sugimura and his peers employ electron microscopy, X-ray tomography, and spectroscopic analysis to study Tamahagan at the atomic level. For example, they've mapped carbon distribution in steel, confirming why certain blades retain sharpness for centuries, a feat still difficult to replicate industrially.
That's remarkable. Does this research impact fields beyond swords?
Absolutely. Insights into diffusion, grain boundaries, and impurity control inform aerospace alloys and surgical tools. Tamahagan's study bridges ancient wisdom and cutting-edge materials science, proving tradition and innovation can coexist.
Keeping these traditions alive is no small feat. How do organizations like the Tatara Technology Preservation Society and Living National Treasures ensure the Tatara method endures?
The Nitoho Society in Oku, Izumo operates Japan's last functioning Tatara furnace, training new generations under master smiths. Living National Treasures recognized artisans pass down techniques orally, sometimes even restricting written records to safeguard authenticity and mastery.
What are the challenges in transmitting such specialized knowledge in today's world?
With fewer apprentices and the lure of modern industry, continuity is at risk. Yet, collaborations with universities and public demonstrations are helping spark renewed interest, blending heritage with education.
Speaking of education, Japan's academic and museum landscape seems pivotal. How do institutions like Tohoku University and the Yasugi Iron Museum contribute to advancing Wazoko studies?
Tohoku University, led by experts like Dr. Sugimura, pioneers metallurgical research, while Yasugi Iron Museum conserves artifacts and hosts workshops. These centers foster dialogue between historians, engineers, and blacksmiths, ensuring multidisciplinary insights into both the science and culture of Tamahagan.
Are there collaborative projects with international scholars?
Yes. Joint research with European metallurgists and digital archiving initiatives are expanding global awareness, highlighting Tamahagan as a model for sustainable, high-performance materials.
Moving from research to practice, let's talk about the swordsmiths themselves. How do modern masters like Yoshida Yoshihara embody both art and science in their craft?
Masters like Yoshihara blend centuries-old intuition with meticulous observation. They adjust forging temperatures by color and sounder skill honed over decades. Recent studies show their decisions often match optimal metallurgical parameters, a testament to the empirical science behind the art.
Do these smiths collaborate with scientists, or do they rely solely on tradition?
Increasingly, yes. Some smiths participate in research projects, sharing insights that help decode ancient treatises. This synergy is revitalizing the field, opening pathways for both technical innovation and deeper cultural appreciation.
Let's widen our lens. How does Tamahagan compare to celebrated steels like Damascus or modern stainless alloys?
Tamahagan's purity and heterogeneity set it apart from the wavy, carbide-rich patterns of Damascus steel. While modern stainless excels in corrosion resistance, Tamahagan's layered microstructure offers unparalleled resilience and edge retention, especially for sword applications.
If you had to choose a hypothetical use case, say, a chef's knife or a surgical scalpel, which steel would you select, and why?
For precision and tradition, Tamahagan would shine in high-end cutlery, offering sharpness and character. However, for clinical sterility, stainless would prevail. Each steel embodies value heritage, performance, or practicality shaping its ideal role.
Turning to the written record, rare manuscripts like Kenjo no Maki and works like The Craft of the Japanese Sword offer invaluable insights. How do scholars interpret and validate these sources?
Historians and metallurgists cross-reference textual recipes with physical analysis. For example, if a treatise prescribes a certain folding count, researchers test resulting blades for grain structure. Publications by ISIG and museum archives bridge gaps, informing both academic study and living practice.
Is there a risk of misinterpretation given the poetic, sometimes mystical language in older texts?
Absolutely. That's why collaboration is vital. Linguists, cultural historians, and smiths work together, translating not just words, but intent and technique, making ancient wisdom actionable for today's craftsmen.
As we conclude, let's reflect personally. What lessons can listeners draw from the enduring legacy of Tamahagan, whether or not they wield a hammer themselves?
Tamahagan teaches us that mastery blends patience, respect for tradition, and openness to innovation. Like folding steel, growth comes from embracing complexity. Each challenge is a layer adding resilience. Whether in craft or life, the journey shapes the outcome.
A truly inspiring message. How might someone start applying these principles in their daily life, even outside the forge?
Start by honoring your process, learning from mentors, and remaining curious. Progress isn't always linear sometimes. Like in swordsmithing, you must fold back and refine. Ultimately, it's the pursuit of excellence, not perfection, that builds a legacy.